Okay, thanks everybody. Wonderful trip today. Give the ladies an extra bucket of oats in their feed, okay? They're going to need their strength. Oh boy, that was a long trip, but it was sure a good one. Ah. Oh my. Love that hot cocoa. Oh, hi. Didn't expect you. Let me get these glasses off. My good friend Ben Franklin made those for me. Oh my, I just finished a nice long ride with the ladies, the reindeer, and they're all in fine form and ready to go for the big season coming up here. You know, on the trip, I was reminded of what a wonderful, wonderful work that I get to do in the world. I get to move through the world and touch lives with love, year after year, moment by moment. I can't imagine anything I'd rather do. And in the process, I've gathered so many wonderful stories. Some will make you cry from happy. Some will make you cry in empathy. They're all beautiful stories. I call it Santa's big bag of memories. And I'll tell you what, I just got in and I'm kind of hot and sweaty and dirty, and I'm going to go clean up a little bit, and with your permission, I'd like to come back and offer you a story or two. So, I'll tell you what, I'll be right back, okay? Bye-bye. Ah, that's better. I feel much better now. Ah. Well, I think we're going to start with just the background of things. You know, I was born to be Santa. I have the natural rosy cheeks, the button nose, the twinkle in my eyes, the rotund profile, and most importantly, I have the heart to be a Santa. Tomorrow begins my annual pilgrimage through Santa's memory book, and I'm sure many of you will be traveling this path with me for the second, third, or even 10th time. These stories never get old, and I even have a new one. Going back through my parents' effects a few years ago, I found a literal page from my past from 1952. I was 7 years old, and I didn't want any toys for myself. According to my mother's note, I wanted other children who had less to get the toys that I would have received, and we were dirt poor at the time. Enjoy the ride, folks. I certainly have. The winter of 1988 was my first ever experience as a professional Santa. For the princely sum of $7.15 an hour, I put on a sleazy, cheesy, worn-out Santa suit and donned a fake beard so that I could provide Christmas cheer for the patrons of an aging mall in Central Oregon. Kim and I had just become a couple recently, and she came by to pick me up from work one day. She arrived a half hour early and sat on a bench on the side of the main mall corridor watching me work. That was the year that the Bent High cheerleading squad, all 14 of them, dressed in their skimpy cheerleader outfits, came to get their pictures taken as a group with Santa. Try as we might, we could only get 4 of them sitting on Santa's lap, with the remainder clustered tightly around him so as to all be in the picture. With all the maneuvering and jostling, Santa just sat there with a big smile on his face, and I thought Kim was going to wet her pants from laughing so hard. There have been many memorable and touching moments for this Santa in the intervening years. I spent many years in malls, hiding in the middle of the mall in my red and white camo, non-existent except for the suit, with lines of children sometimes extending to the far end of the malls. I wouldn't trade anything for being Santa. It gives me both an opportunity and an excuse to be love for hundreds, if not thousands of people in a single day. Several years ago, I retired from the mall scene. Some minor but aggravating health issues and the grueling non-stop schedule were more than I cared to continue to expose myself to. I could never wean myself from being Santa, though. I began doing freelance Santaing in Central Oregon, and it's become quite the thing, with many commercial and private bookings. Last night, the day after Thanksgiving 2023, I had my first Santa appearance of the season. It was outdoors at a popular local brew pub in downtown Bend. This time of year it gets really dark by 5 p.m. and I was on duty from 4:30 to 6:30. The area was well lit, but the sky was black and overcast. The temperature hovered very near freezing, and despite my fuzzy red suit, my gloves, and my thermals, Santa froze his butt off. But still, I was doing one of my favorite things in the world. I was being Santa, the embodiment of love and caring. Just before 6 p.m., the pub owner came and collected me so that I could go down to the stage and count down for the lighting of the Christmas tree. We arrived about a minute early, so Santa stood there in front of the crowd of several hundred, waiting for the signal to go on stage and begin the countdown. Of course, in a crowd that size, with a large number of children, Santa doesn't just stand around. He's the center of attention for every tiny pair of eyes, for every hopeful little heart. There was no way I could ignore all those beautiful little souls. I opened my arms wide and beckoned with my hands to come to me. Immediately there was a rush. First 4 or 5, then a dozen, then 2 dozen, then perhaps a total of 50 children surrounding me on all sides, all trying to hug Santa at once. Pure love, purely expressed. It was all Santa could do to keep himself from weeping with pure joy. I love being Santa.